gentlemen, what's going on? Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes captures his second Super Bowl as I predicted. And I even predicted that Kansas City was going to get the ball last and pretty much win the game. And for you nitpickers, Philadelphia did get the ball last with 8 seconds. But come on, you know what the hell I mean. Now, there was a call that kind of, I don't want to go as far as to say as it gave them the game, but I will say this: I don't like calls made like that in that situation. But unfortunately, it was a penalty. He tugged the guy twice. It was a timing route. Like at the end of the day, it's a play you can't make. Bradbury, who's had a good season, although I think he's a little overrated, and he does benefit a lot from that front four pressure that they have. 4 defenders on that D line had like 10 plus sacks. That team had a record 70, not a record. I'm not sure if it's a record. Is it a record? I don't know, but they had 70 sacks as a unit. That's something I'd have to look up if it's a record or not. To put that in perspective, I know 50 plus is considered really good. Like that's you remember Saxonville? That was like 55 sacks, I believe. So 70 is definitely not something that's really heard of. With that being said, they got 0 sacks on Patrick Mahomes, who was on one leg and put on a Warriors performance, in my opinion. Philadelphia had control of this game the entire game. It really ultimately came down to 2 plays, and no, the penalty wasn't one of them. I believe it came down to Jalen Hurts fumbling that football that they were able to pick up and take to the house, and B, the second play would have been the defense finally getting a stop in the second half. That, if you were watching the game, Philadelphia had control of the game the entire time, and it was hard for Kansas City to get off the field. They were, a couple times they had him in third down. It couldn't stop him. Jalen Hurts used his legs a lot. 4th and 4, they lined up all sides or in the neutral zone. It was a headache to watch from a defensive perspective. And I was like, I don't know how they're going to stop these guys, because every time they get the ball within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, or you know what I mean, of the yardage to go, like 3rd and 5, 4th and 4, they were going to get those yards. The Philadelphia Eagles were the more physical team, and you just knew that Kansas City had to be impeccably efficient, meaning they can't punt the ball, they can't turn the ball over, particularly in the second half. And when the moment called for it, them boys came through. That boy Patrick Mahomes might be the best I've ever seen do it. For the longest time, I said it was Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady, don't get it twisted, is the GOAT. 7 championships is 7 championships. Some of them I think have some asterisks on it, but I don't think you get lucky 7 times in a row. It's always been my thing. 7 championships, and I think he went to 9, right? Lost a couple to Eli. So, with that being said, in terms of talent, Aaron Rodgers, prior to Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers was the best quarterback I've ever seen throw the football. It's up there with John Elway. Some of you guys are too young to even remember Elway. But in terms of pure arm talent, Elway, Marino, Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers was like the best I had seen do it. I mean, the guy you could be 60 yards downfield and the guy can hit you through a keyhole, all right? Patrick Mahomes is, I think, officially the best I've ever seen do it. I think he surpassed Aaron Rodgers. Now, does he have the Hail Marys to show for it? No, but you remember the 13 seconds last year? How many times have we seen him get the ball last, drive the team downfield, and get it done? That was their, 5th AFC championship game in a row, I think. Quote me, let me know if I'm wrong. So let's think about this. His first year starting, they lost to the Patriots in the championship game. They went on to win the Super Bowl. Then they Did they lose again in the AFC Championship game? Well, I know last year they lost to the Bengals, and then this year. So for sure, 4. So sorry, I don't want to waste too much time, thinking about that. Y'all can let me know. But Patrick Mahomes, even the Super Bowl they lost to Tampa Bay, do you guys remember he was running for his life? How many times I've seen him get parallel, like diving parallel to the ground and still launch that bitch. And the receiver would drop the ball. Even Kelsey dropped some passes. That was a disappointing game to watch. But this here on one foot, and some people are poo-pooing the fact that this kid was on a high ankle sprain. High ankle sprains are a problem. It takes some people months to get over. I personally have had a high ankle sprain and my ankle's never been the same. All right, that's how bad high ankle sprains can be. So shout out to him. All right, if you go over these stats, Chiefs won 38-35, but they were leading the entire game, down by 10 at the half. And Eagles, man, they just dominated. 417 total yards. Hurts looked good. But that one turnover cost them. Look at the time of possession. Almost 36 minutes in Philly's on Philly's side to 24 minutes. So Kansas City had to be extremely efficient, and they did what they had to do. And then shoot, they even got help with the special teams. Kadarius Toney taking it down to the 5-yard line. Andy Reid coached a masterful game. The way they identified those routes, those whip routes where the receivers are going in and then they're cutting out and they're sending guys in motion in the backfield, but then it's psych, they're going back the other way. That is masterful offensive coaching. And as a Jag fan, I'm hyped to see what we do because Doug Peterson is fruit of the same tree. And so, it's not about my teams. It's about Kansas City. I think Patrick Mahomes, once again, is probably the best I've ever physically seen do it. And I think, when it's all said and done, could be the GOAT. However, I think some of my teams might have something to say about that. But I'm a fan. And I'm a fan of Joe Burrow. He might have something to say about that. We'll see. It's going to be an exciting career to watch Patrick Mahomes to see how, things shake out. And then Jalen Hurts on his side. Philadelphia just didn't have enough in the tank ultimately. And I think while a lot of people are like, you know what, that penalty robbed Philadelphia of an opportunity to, get the ball, drive down the field to either tie or win the game. I personally, I hate that people make me sound like a hater of Jalen Hurts. I don't hate Jalen Hurts. I actually like him for a lot of the same reasons I like Dak. I think Jalen Hurts is a good leader. I think they're strong, athletic guys. Dak less so after all the injuries he's gone through. But I saw a lot of similarities. They weren't natural throwers of the ball, and a lot of people are all over Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts, don't get it twisted, severely improved from years past. Severely improved. But I still venture to say, if you keep him in the pocket and controlled and not have him running around doing basically what he wants to do, which is to run around and create plays off script. If you can keep him on script, behind the line of scrimmage, not rolling out, if you can keep him in the pocket and force him to make throws, I think he can be had. And a lot of you guys are thinking he's next up. Again, I like him as a person, but they won first place in this division. They're not going to play the cushy schedule they had this year, okay? He didn't play any defense that really forced him to do anything. They lost to Taylor Heineke. They almost lost to the Colts. They did lose to the Cowboys. He only threw for $121 against the Niners. I mean, these are just things to think about. Next year, Eagles. As a Cowboys fan, I'm thrilled that it played out the way it did because now you guys are going to pay Jalen Hurts top of the quarterback chain of money, right? He's He's going to get top quarterback money, excuse me, right? And that roster that was one of the deepest we've probably seen in the NFL, it's going to start depleting. And I can't wait as a Cowboys fan. Now, we got our own choices that we got to make and our own stuff that we got to build. But a lot of the hard choices we got to make have been done for the most part. Or we've, in the process of having outs of the previous contracts we've already dished out. We have all our studs pretty much locked up. Philly's going to have to start making some tough decisions, and some talent's going to end up leaving that team. And Jalen Hurts, a good player, but is he going to be the kind of guy that he can put the team on his back? I personally don't see it. But that's all I got for now, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Again, congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, guys. Let me know what y'all think. What y'all thought of that Super Bowl? I was thrilled to see it. I hate the Eagles. I'm not going to lie to you. I do hate the Eagles, but I try to give you guys as much unbiased opinion as possible. Like I said, I think they're the most talented roster in the league. I just don't believe in the quarterback, and I believe ultimately the quarterback has to be able to make plays from the pocket. Now, I can't say that he failed, but I also don't think he found any defenses that really made him play the way I think he can't play, except for the Niners. And I think I was proven right about that. But we'll see. Next year should be a tougher schedule. Again, like, subscribe, share, and keep fucking with your boy, all right? Peace.